AS Nancy. Association Sportive Nancy-Lorraine French pronunciation, asɔsjјasjɔ Sportive Nancy-Lorraine, commonly known as Nancy-Lorraine. ASNL, or simply Nancy, is a French association football club based in Nancy, Grand Est. The club was founded in 1967 and currently plays in Ligue 2. Nancy was founded as the successor to FC Nancy, which collapsed in 1965. The club has spent its entire life playing in either Ligue 1 or Ligue 2. Nancy has never won the first division, but has won the second division on 5 occasions. Nancy's biggest achievement came in 1978, when the club won the Coupe de France, defeating Nice in the final. The club has also won the Coupe de la Ligue in 2006. Nancy is presided over by Jacques Roussillot. Roussillot serves as a vice president of the French Football Federation (FFF) and is also a member of the federation's Federal Council. One of the club's most notable players is Michel Platini, the former president of UEFA. Platini began his career at the club in 1972, playing 8 seasons with Nancy. He scored the only goal in the aforementioned Coupe de France final and won 2 French Player of the Year awards whilst playing with the club. Platini also established himself as a French international while at the club and went on to achieve numerous team and individual accolades after his departure from Nancy. He is considered to be, arguably, the club's greatest player ever, and, upon entering the section of the club's official website showing Nancy's greats, a picture of a young Platini is displayed. In December 2020, Qian Li, PMG, partners Path Capital and Christian Sud acquired AS Nancy-Lorraine, and Qian Li became the chairman of the board. History. Prior to the creation of AS Nancy, the city of Nancy was host to football by FC Nancy and US Frontier. FC Nancy was formed in 1901, while US Frontier was founded in 1910. Both clubs were a part of the Ligue de Lorraine. US Frontier dissolved in 1935, while FC Nancy continued to play football through the professional transition. The club achieved very little during its 64 years of existence, only winning the second division twice in 1946 and 1958. FC Nancy did reach the final of the Coupe de France in 1953 and 1962, however, on both appearances, the club lost to Lille and Saint-Étienne, respectively. In 1965, with the club enduring financial difficulties during the 1963-64 season, mainly due to the club's being abandoned by the city's municipality and its supporters, according to its president, Nancy folded shortly before the new season. The idea of a new club in the city was thought of by Claude Cuny in spring 1964. Cuny had previously worked with FC Nancy, but left the club prior to its destruction. Cuny is considered one of the leaders of French football mainly because of his innovative ideas and strategies. After forming Nancy, he created the first youth academy of French football. Prior to the club beginning its life as a football club, Cuny devised a strategy to immerse the club into the city's public. First, he sent out over 18,000 letters and petitions to draw interest to the team. Once the public gained notice, Cuny organized friendly matches to raise funds for the club. After accruing enough money, Cuny sought to turn the club professional, and, despite several setbacks, on 16 June 1967, Nancy were granted professional status and inserted into Division II, the second level of French football. The club's first manager was René Plymelding, a former French international who played for FC Nancy. Nancy, subsequently, recruited several former FC Nancy players such as Antoine Redin, as well as players from the region such as Michel Lanini, Gerard Braun and Roger Formica. In Nancy's inaugural season of football, the club finished 10th in the league table and reached the round of 16 in the Coupe de France. 2 seasons later, the club earned promotion to Division 1 and finished in 13th place in its first season in the league. In 1972, Michel Platini arrived at the club, initially with the club's reserve team. His first full season as a player came in the 1974-75 season whilst the club was playing in the second division, having suffered relegation from Division 1 the previous season. The season was a success for both club and player. Nancy achieved its first major honor winning Division 2, while Platini appeared in 32 league matches and scored 17 goals. In the ensuing 3 seasons in Division 1, Nancy, led by Platini, Jean-Michel Moutier, Carlos Curvillo, Paco Rubio and Philippe Ginal, finished in the top 10. Platini won the French Player of the Year award in 2 of those seasons. In 1978, Nancy achieved its highest honor to date after winning the Coupe de France. In the final, the club faced Nice and defeated its southern foes 1-0, with Platini scoring the lone goal. President Valéry Giscard d'Estaing presented Platini with the trophy to cap off the victory. Nancy's Coupe de France triumph saw the club qualify for European competition for the first time in its short history. The club participated in the 1978-79 edition of the European Cup Winners' Cup, and were eliminated in the second round after losing 4-3 on aggregate to Swiss club Servette. The club played most of the season without Platini, who was injured. Platini left the club after the season, however most of the club's nucleus remained. In the team's first season without Platini, Nancy finished in 11th place. In the next 3 seasons, Nancy finished in the top 10. For the 1984 season, Moutier and Rubio became the last of the club's influential players to depart, and Nancy suffered a free fall, finishing in the next 3 seasons. The implosion concluded after the 1986-87 season when Nancy finished in 19th place, thus falling back to Division 2. The only ray of sunshine for the club during this declining stint was the testimonial match held for Platini on 23 May 1988 following the player's club and international retirement. That evening, fans were treated to an exhibition that featured Platini, Pele, and Diego Maradona. In the 1988-89 season, Nancy earned promotion back to the first division. However, the club spent the entire decade rotating between Division 1 and Division 2. The club won 2 second division titles during this stint and finally earned promotion back to the first division, now called Ligue 1, for the 2005-06 season after winning Ligue 2. In Nancy's first season back in Ligue 1, the club won the Coupe de la Ligue, defeating Nice 2-1 in the final. Nancy supporters arrived at the Stade de France courtesy of 11 special trains, while more than 300 buses and thousands of cars from the city also arrived in Paris. The cup victory allowed Nancy to participate in the UEFA Cup, with the club eventually making it to the round of 32 before losing to Shakhtar Donetsk. The first half of the 2007-08 season for Nancy was the club's best ever start to a season in the top division, with 35 points after 19 games and sitting in second place. On 4 November 2007, in a match against Bordeaux, the club celebrated its 40th anniversary of existence with a special event involving many of the club's former players, club officials, presidents, and coaches. After a good second-half start, Nancy sat in third place on the final match day of the season. However, the club finished 1 spot short of qualifying for the UEFA Champions League, losing 3-2 to Rennes, while fourth-placed Marseille defeated Strasbourg 4-3 to claim the spot. Nancy still managed to claim the league's best defense alongside Nice. The 30 goals conceded equaled the club's record achieved in the 1976-77 season. After managing mid-table performances during the following 4 years at the top flight, the club got relegated in May 2013, finishing only 2 points behind 17th place Ajaccio. Following their relegation, the club nearly got promoted back to the first division, finishing 4th and 3 points shy behind Keene and a spot to the top flight. Nancy remained a strong candidate for promotion during the entire 2014-15 season, but ultimately finished 5th, 6 points behind third-place Angers. The following year, the club still was a strong candidate for promotion. Finally, on 25 April 2016, after 3 years of absence, the club assured promotion to Ligue 1 with 3 games to spare by beating Sochaux 1-0 on match day 35. On match day 37, they beat Evian 1-0 to clinch the Ligue 2 title, their 5th second division crown after 1975, 1990, 1998, and 2005. AS Nancy is the rival of Metz, a city in Lorraine. The match between the two teams is one of the most dangerous encounters in the French football, often classified at the highest level of risk matches because of clashes between supporters of the two camps. This match is a regional derby for the supremacy of a city. In December 2020, after Chien-Li PMG partners Path Capital and Christian Sud acquired AS Nancy, the club appointed Gauthier Gannet as CEO. Home stadium. Opened on August 8, 1926, the stadium, originally known as the University Stadium or Essy Bridge Sports Park, was originally intended for the Lorraine University Stadium. Fully devoted to the cause of FC Nancy, Marcel Picotte, a hatter installed in the 1930s in the city centre, will become president of the club and leave his name to the compound. The complete renovation of the Marcel Picotte Stadium, led by the Burnt Marlin Thuvany Agency on behalf of the urban community, took place between 1999 and 2003. It increased the capacity of the stadium to 20,087 seats and covered. Another expansion project is planned. Players. Current squad. As of 23 February 2021. Note: flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Reserve squad. As of 26 February 2019. Note: flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Notable former players. Below are the notable former players who have represented Nancy in league and international competition since the club's foundation in 1967. To appear in the section below, a player must have played in at least 100 official matches for the club. For a complete list of Nancy players, see category, AS Nancy players. Club officials. Chairman Chien-Li. CEO Gauthier Gannet. General Secretary Pascal Rivière. Manager Elaine Perrin. Assistant Manager David Carr. Managerial history. Honors. Domestic. Coupe de France. Winners 1977-78. Coupe de la Ligue. Winners 2005-6. Ligue 2. Champions 5, 1974-75, 1989-90, 1997-98, 2004-5, 2015-16. Coupe Gambardella. Runners-up 1973-74.